guys, Joshy T back with another episode of the Anime Review Show here on the Otaku Crypt. So, in the past month I've been kind of action heavy in my reviews, so I figured I was due to look at a comedy or a drama again, and so I went looking for one. And this one has a great title because it not only tells you what the entire premise is, but it's extremely, pleasing to the ear, or not, it's just very long maybe. But this week I'm reviewing I Couldn't Become a Hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. It was the full working title. Not kidding. So this show is set in a fantasy world. All of your typical accoutrements are there. You have, dragons and fantastic creatures and all this kind of stuff. But with a twist. And it actually deals with a question that I've thought to myself many times, and that is, well, what happens when the bad guy is defeated? And that is exactly what happens in this show, where it is a world where humans are at war with a demon lord, and it sets us up with our main character Ral, who is in training to be a hero, who's going to fight the demon lord and, change the world. But then all of a sudden, before he even gets to the battlefield, the demon lord is defeated, the world's at peace. So what's a hero in training to do? Well, he gets a job, and that is what this show is about. So the show basically deals with Ral working at it's an electronics store, but it's called a magic shop because electricity is not a thing. Everything is actually powered by magic in this world. And this is where the show really starts to have amazing depth, not something I was expecting when I started watching this show. So Ral just works in this store that sells magical appliances, like everything we use but just powered by magic instead of electricity, dishwashers, air conditioners, televisions, just basically he works in kind of like a Best Buy, but a magical version of it. And so the main plot deals with, in the first episode, while Ral is working the counter, a new person is hired named Fino. And Fino is odd to say the least. She says weird, sadistic things for no reason and doesn't seem to know how to interact with people. And it's quickly revealed in the first episode that she is actually one of the many children of the Demon Lord who was defeated. So this is also the flip side of this interesting world. It's not only the heroes who have no place anymore, it's the demons. Their boss is gone, so they've kind of gone into the world to seek what their lives are going to be about. So Fino gets a job at the store, and it falls to Ral to train her. Not only just how to work at the store, but basically how to interact with people. And this is where all the comedy comes from. You've got this spunky, happy girl, but who her whole life has been taught a very sadistic and twisted view of the world, being raised, by demons. So the show is very episodic in that each episode is kind of like one self-contained escapade, usually involving something ridiculous at this store. Now, Ral is very much the straight man character, but also the good guy. Tapers into the fact that he wanted to be a hero. And that kind of carries through his everyday life. Like, he's always trying to help people, whether that be the customers or his fellow co-workers. And that is also a source of a lot of the comedy here, that all of his co-workers have various quirks. Everything is kind of happy. It's very happy-go-lucky. It's a very comedic show. Also kind of on the Ishii side, you're gonna see a lot of exposed skin for no reason and a lot of, upskirt camera angles, which, it happens. I don't think it was really necessary for the show because it actually has so much depth to it and that this world they've created. But, it is kind of one of those shows, a lot of female characters, only two main male characters to speak of, and that's Ral and Visor. Visor is the assistant manager of the store. Yeah, so a mostly female cast, and as a result, Ral being kind of the good-looking, but shy, but nice guy, is the target of most of the girls' affections, including Fino, even though she doesn't really realize that's what's happening, being new to the human world. Basically, I just want to recommend this show because it gave so much more than I was expecting. I was expecting something silly, probably very Ishii like it did turn out to be, but it's the little things that make this show great. The fact that they're really playing off this idea that it's a fantasy world post-war, and the fact that they're dealing with technology is just powered by a different thing. And the fact that the tension in this show comes from business competition as opposed to war and combat. They found a way to really make that interesting, and how they as a small store compete against bigger ones and how they have to stay afloat amidst all this. but also, again, the little things are cool. Just to give you an example, in one episode they're experiencing a heat wave. This of course leads to the swimsuit episode that is, you know, has to be in every kind of anime. But it talks about a heat wave, and the reason this heat wave is being caused is because the salamanders, fire lizards, are in breeding season, which I just thought was hilarious and really smart on how they're playing with what they have available in this fantasy world they've created. So if you're looking for an anime comedy to watch, I definitely recommend this one. It's funny, it's cute, and it's different. It's innovative. The world they've created and how they're playing with it is just brilliant to me. So again, definitely watch this one. It's a recommendation. It's one of those shows that I'm actually upset that I've run out of episodes and have to wait for more. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want more from us at the Otaku Crypt, I will put some links here to more videos. We have a new episode of Cos Profiles. We featured Elle Cosplay, who is a true artisan, just a lovely person, and full of great insights into cosplay. Watch the interview in particular because she was just great to talk to. That's it for me at the Anime Review Show. Thank you, and we will see you next time.